Hi guys, welcome back! I'm back in Sweden and I'm so stoked to be here. If you're new on this channel, let me just super quickly introduce myself. My name is Alessia and I started this YouTube channel about 1.5 years ago, when me and my Swedish boyfriend Vincent decided to live, or actually pause our life here in Sweden for a bit and go traveling around Southeast Asia, Australia, New Zealand and Japan. So if you might be interested about our adventures, there are a lot of playlists on the channel and just, yeah, you can check them out if you want. But today I'm actually here to talk about something different. While traveling, when I was talking with people and I told them that I was living in Sweden, so many people were really curious to know how living in Sweden is like and what do I like about living in Sweden. Many people still confuse Sweden with Switzerland, but that's another story. So I thought, like, why not talk to you about how actually is life in Sweden, starting with what I like about Sweden. The thing is that I like so many things about Sweden that I thought that it would be a good idea to actually divide it in seasons. So I thought that today we can start talking about what I like of Swedish summer, considering that today is exactly the 22nd of July and we have a real summer this year. So let's get into it. People in Sweden think that you should spend your days in the nature or just outdoor, no matter if it's raining, if it's sunny, if it's hailing, if it's freezing or if it's hot. Coming from Italy, summers are like boiling, so you barely actually manage to spend time outside because it's too hot basically to be out. So you will more like look for air-conditioned malls or spending time at home during the hottest hour of the day. You don't really have that problem in Sweden. This is actually the first summer since when I'm living here that we are having 30 degrees every day. Before that, I think that the maximum that I witnessed it was 26 degrees. So just to let you understand. And also because the weather is so unpredictable, you really feel that you want to spend every single opportunity you have to just sit outside, enjoy the weather and appreciate it. Talking of which, the second point is actually to appreciate the small things. Like, for example, feeling the sun in your skin, like having a little breeze when it's hot, just be able to walk out with shorts, like things like that. Because the winters here are so strong and so cold. You really get much more grateful about these small little things that otherwise in other countries they might be like, you know, obvious. Reason number 3. Okay, these reasons, they are not really in order, but maybe they are.
Because if I wrote them one after the other, it means that somehow they are like on specific order for me.
But anyway, let's say that they are not on order. The Swedish strawberries, guys, are just the best. They are the tastiest, they are the juiciest. I just tell you that when you walk in the supermarket, the first smell is the one of strawberries. It's like overwhelmingly good and you need to buy them, so they're like just the best. And actually in summer here we eat a lot of strawberries just by themselves or with whipped cream or on cakes, on salads. They're so good. Number 4, take holidays from work. So this, I didn't actually witness this personally, but there is a law in Sweden that allows you to take 4 weeks holidays straight in summer. Like, you are authorized to do that if you want to do that, and that's so good. So for example, I just tell you that the other day I had to go to an office, and this office, it was doing summer hours, so it's open from Monday to Friday, no, from Monday to Thursday, from 10 to 12. So yeah, even if you work, you actually work very little. Of course, it depends on job and job, but the one that they are lucky to have a good job, they work very little. Number 5, the summer celebrations. Believe it or not, Swedish people are very traditional. 2 big celebrations that they happen in summer are the midsummer holiday that happens at the end of June, and this is like maybe one of the most huge thing there is in Sweden, together with Christmas probably. If I want to talk deeply about this celebration, I need to do a whole video about it, but to keep it short, it's basically the longest day of the year, so you almost don't have any sunset. Then of course it depends on which part of Sweden you are located, but I'm in Stockholm, which is kind of like mid-country. So you basically have sunset around midnight, and then the sun starts to come up around 1:30 at night. So in that 1 hour and a half it's not even pitch dark. And also represent like fertility. It's a holiday about fertility, and there is a lot of celebration going on around it. If you want, I will do a specific video about it. Another holiday that happens in summer that actually for Swedes is considered autumn is in August, but I cannot really think about August to be autumn. It's called Kraftskiva. I probably butchered the word, but yeah, that's what it is. It's a crayfish party. Like, can you imagine that they actually have a holiday for crayfish? That's insane. And the funniest thing is actually that what you do, you eat crayfish, so fair enough, and there are all decoration hanging up with crayfish, and you put hats with crayfish drawn on it. So I think it's so fun. I think it's one of the nicest holidays. I actually like all these Swedish holidays because they are so traditional and weird at the same time. Number 6. Number 6, as I was mentioning about the midsummer holiday, is the daylight. Oh my god, the days are super long in summer, and I love it so much because it gives you so much energy. It feels that the days are much longer. You know, when in winter it comes like 4 or 5 p.m. and it starts to get dark, and then you're like, it's kind of over the day. Here, I think that 10, 11 is still light. So it's just so good. I really love it. Number 7, the best place to go in Sweden in summer is my balcony. No, I'm not kidding. Like, I really love to hang on our balcony in summer. Like, I like how it's not a kind of balcony that sticks out, but it's more like a nook inside the building. And it's beautiful during the day, and in the evening we have these beautiful string lights that they turn on. They're like LED lights, and it just creates a very cozy atmosphere. And what I like is that it faces our innyard, and in the innyard quite often there are hares running around, or like I've seen once a deer family, and I was like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. So it feels like being in a fairy tale, and it's just the most peaceful and relaxing place. Number 8, take a boat to the archipelago. Okay, there is no Swedish summer without time spent in the archipelago. So if you visit Sweden in summer, you must head to one of the islands. So I'm not sure if the archipelago is all around Sweden, but what I'm sure is that out of Stockholm there is an archipelago of almost 30,000 islands. Yes. And the thing is, there are some big islands where there are shops and cafes, and that's like a kind of convenient place to reach for tourists. And then there are like small privately owned islands where usually Swedish people, they might own a house there, or they might own the whole island, and that's where more the locals tend to hang out. But even though, for example, Vincent and his family, they have one island, and we love to go there, but I still like to go at least once every summer to the big island. And my favorite one, for example, is Vaxholm. It's very easy to reach from Stockholm. I think it takes 2.5 hours by boat to get there, and it's just so cute. And it has this little island with a castle on top, and then the main island has a lot of traditional Swedish houses, pretty cute cafes. Okay, one thing, you need to go to cafes in Sweden. They are like the coziest ever, and there is this one in Vaxholm that is called, oh my god, I'm gonna butcher this word, Hembidsgårds. Wait, how do you pronounce? Hembidsgårds. I hope I said it right. It has outdoor seating by the water. It has an amazing buffet of cakes, and also there is a menu for lunch. And it has also a little attached museum if you want to see how they were the Swedish houses back in the past. So very recommended to go there. Number 9 is also to stay actually in the city. For example, I love to be in Stockholm in summer because there are so many parks. There are so many places by the water, by the lakes, by the sea, where you can take a dip. It's gonna be hard that you take a dip because the water is freezing. But yeah, there is so much nature around, and it's very beautiful to hang out in the city as well. There are a lot of markets. For example, today I'm gonna head out with some of my ex-colleagues and go to a market by the water where there is a lot of food trucks and little stands selling stuff and so on. So it's just a very nice vibe. Number 10, you got a road trip Sweden in summer. So this I didn't do it yet, and I think we should have it like a bucket list next year. Why it's so nice to road trip Sweden? It's because it's a beautiful country, first of all, but second of all, there is a ride that is called Allemansrätt. So that means that you can actually camp and stop and park and do whatever you want everywhere. Australians and New Zealanders, you know what I'm talking about. No bloody camping grounds that you need to pay a lot of money and they're shite. So you can actually camp wherever you see a beautiful spot. You can camp by a lake, you can swim in any lakes, you can pick any flowers. You can also camp inside private people's land as far as you are 7 meters, is it? No, 70 meters distance from their properties. So that's awesome. Alright, so that was everything about 10 reasons why I like Swedish summer. I hope you enjoyed this video and you know, all the kind of boring stuff that do we really need to tell all the time at the end of the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Snapchat. I don't have Snapchat, but like of course you know that there are all these possibilities, right? So I'm not gonna tell you. And I hope you enjoyed this video. See you then next time. Ciao!